How are you all doing, YouTube? And welcome in another episode of the Build on Pro Standard series. And today I will take you through my rest day. Also, as a baseline of the video, I want to share a few tips how to actually get the most out of your rest days. So, guys, I am currently in the 23rd week of my off season. Things are flying absolutely tremendous. So yeah, I started this morning with fasted posing rounds, which you can see somewhere here. Then meal one and 3 hours of lectures. And this is actually my second to last day of this academic year, which is insane. I'll write my exams in 2 weeks' time. And yeah, the plan is to go to Newry to the sauna. In terms of some more general stuff, food is still sitting at the same level, so 3,000 calories on rest days, 3,500 calories on my training days. So I will probably show you at least most of the meals today as well, but nothing has changed, honestly. It's rinse and repeat. Training is flying absolutely, and cannot complain about that. So enjoy your meal if you're eating, enjoy your cardio if you are doing your cardio, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Meal number one, rest day. So we have 1 sourdough bagel, 1 rice cakes, 3 eggs, 80 grams of turkey, 80 grams of cucumber, 80 grams of red bell pepper. I have also black coffee. To this coffee, just for convenience, I add my creatine, which is simply just a routine that on every rest day I add my creatine to my decaf coffee, because it's a decaf coffee. I don't consume any caffeine at the moment on my rest days, and on my training days I add my creatine into my intra shake, so this way I never forget. So tip number one, how to get the most out of your rest days, and this is especially important on prep but in an off-season setting as well, is try to get as much as done as possible as early in the day as possible. So don't leave the cardio or steps or work, school, just like an hour before bed. Like, the point of a rest day is to actually rest. And as I said, this is especially important on prep. So I would actually advise you to do as much of meal prep, work, school, cardio as possible in the morning, so we can actually have some downtime in the evening. Meal number two is going down. So we have 170 gram of 0% Greek yogurt, 26 grams of isolate with 60 grams of pineapple, 1 sourdough bagel, 15 grams of macadamia nuts, and 80 grams of carrots. And some of you may think, Dominic, why you have second time sourdough bagel? This is processed food. First of all, I choose sourdough bagels with a very, very good ingredient list. Second of all, I love them. Like, I really like them. And third, and probably the most important one, is I digest them like perfectly. In the meal one, I often have just a sourdough instead of sourdough bagels, but there is nothing wrong in having a sourdough, and I feel like there was a time in bodybuilding when like bread and anything with gluten was like, no, this is worse than rice, and I don't think so. So we are in the sauna, Soulfire Saunas, here in the Gym Newry. Absolutely tremendous facility, free to members. Yeah, couldn't ask for more. So I'm alone, that's why I'm recording, obviously. So just after the first run in the sauna, time for number two in a second. Enjoying the sun. Maybe I will actually get some color onto my skin, so I will look more shredded. So no, I'm just kidding. So cold plunge as well. So as I said, probably one more session in the sauna, and maybe I will hop in the hot tub as well afterwards. But yeah, such a lovely day. So there is nothing special about the sauna, like in terms of some science or stuff like this. Honestly, I just enjoy it. I can really relax. And honestly, in Warsaw, where I had the sauna at home, I was going there every single rest day. So right now here in Ireland, I will try to hit here once a week on my non-training days. So yeah, So, tip number 2 from myself in terms of the rest days is do something that you enjoy. Simply, you have more time because you don't need to train. So, for me, it's for example the sauna. But I don't know, you can watch Netflix, you can play guitar, whatever you do, and like you enjoy, and it's not bodybuilding related because honestly bodybuilding takes so much of our lives, like guys, like everything honestly revolves about bodybuilding. So if you can find something, especially on a rest day, that is not related to bodybuilding but maybe doesn't hinder it, so like go to the cinema or something, I think it's a great way to spend your rest days. So that's my tip number 2. Tip number 3, and this one is honestly mostly, if not only applicable for prep or diet settings, but make sure that your last meal has some carbs, it's something you enjoy. And this is how I was structuring my prep. So I had 3 meals without carbs, the 3 first meals without any carbs, and then because let's be honest, like you don't need the carbs, and the carbs you eat before bed, first of all, they will aid your sleep. You will not wake up hungry, you will fall asleep better, and it's also a really good game of delayed gratification, to be honest. So of course, if you have 300 grams of carbs, don't put them in one meal just before bed, because that's stupid as well. But if you're on low food, I would advise you to have a larger meal before bed with more amount of carbohydrates, and this will also positively transfer to the session you'll have the following day. Time for meal number 4. So what I want to show you guys here is how simple it is to make a meal right now. Look, I just added my oats, my cream of rice, cinnamon and salt into this container with my dark chocolate as well. I've put it whey into a separate one simply because I want to make a whey paste, but honestly you can throw it straight into it. I have my blueberries here, and right now the only thing I need is hot water. If you have a good cream of rice, you honestly don't even need hot water. Even a cold one will work. So the flavor of choice today is the Strom Nutrition white chocolate caramel, I believe, and the whey is strawberry cheesecake from Train by GP. So in terms of the whey, I already have my feelings about it. So it's absolutely mega in terms of an addition to a Greek yogurt, but it doesn't work super well as a paste. So I will give it like a solid 7 out of 10 in total. The cream of rice is very nice. It's actually my first cream of rice, which is not by Jordan Peters. And yeah, I really like it. The consistency is a bit not better, different. So fourth and last tip I have for you all, a bit of a different one because I was actually talking about doing less in the evening, etc. But guys, don't forget that a rest day doesn't mean that you are supposed to be sitting down all day on your ass. Move after your meals, move pre-bed, move the moment you wake up. Simply, it's an active recovery. So you will find that you'll be actually more recovered the next day if you still keep some sort of activity in, either if it's posing rounds, if it's cardio, steps. I always try to program a bit higher steps on the rest days, simply because again we have more time because we don't train, and this is something that most people neglect. So I feel like there are sometimes two spectrums where on prep, like a rest day is treated a bit of like a fat loss day because you are more often on a lower calories, on a higher expenditure, on a higher cardio, higher steps, etc. Where on the off season people are trying like getting lazy on their rest days, and I feel like for majority of the majority of people you need to find like a sweet spot. So yeah. And my favorite pre-bed meal of all time, so 170 grams of 5% lean beef, carrots, total of 70 grams of cream of rice and oats, 100 grams of frozen berries, 8 grams of almond butter. This is absolutely mega, especially the mince, like made rare, medium rare inside. So I especially don't smash it or anything. So it's crispy outside, red inside. If you know, you know. In terms of the supplementation, 2 cups of omega, 3 cups of unwind, and 1 cup of Q-calming. So that is my last meal. So that will be a wrap up for this one. I hope you've learned something new. Please comment down below what is your rest day routine, favorite activity, and I will catch you soon with more content. So if you're interested in coaching, click in the link in my bio, then we can chat, set up a free consult call, and yeah, see if we are a good fit for each other. So have a lovely evening, morning, whatever you are watching it. Peace out.